All right, welcome back to the KnivesFAST channel. Quickly, say hello to Ren and Stimpy, Powder Toast Man, and Loggin TV because we've got a lot to do in a KnivesFAST short amount of time. Now, this is a rapid-fire first impressions video because I realized I have a ton of knives in for review right now. And so rather than you waiting to hear about these for a month, I thought I'd give you a little bit more information on these. Now, I'm not going to give specs. I'm not going to worry about pricing and all that. You can look them up. But I'm just going to roll through these real quick and give you guys first impressions. Okay, so let's start with this guy, the Kaiser Apus. Okay, and my first impressions of this are good. This is a great titanium frame lock, or bolster lock, I guess you would say. It is under this great carbon fiber. Really cool blade shape. Does have a hole. It is a very small, compact handle. Kind of, forces you to be in that wedge. And since I have 4-inch hands, I'm a little past it. So it could be a little more comfortable. And there's not a ton of room or anything to keep you from going up on that blade. But if I come back like this, it's a good EDC kind of grip for me. Now, I can, as you saw, middle finger flick it. It's a little tough to get my finger in there, but I can do it. And you guys know I absolutely suck at front flipping, but I can do that as well. Now, that tab does come back and hit you a little bit if you don't pull your finger back. But that's about all you're going to get on this rapid fire. That is the Kaiser Apus. Now, the Kaiser Splinter, I've only carried this a couple times. By the way, the Apus will cut as well. I didn't bother to tell you. See, now I'm going to slow down the video. But steel on this one is S35 VN. I'm not going to have that on all of them because I don't have it written down. This is the Kaiser Splinter. Really cool little Wharncliffe knife. It's actually a little big. N690 is the steel on this one. Action is pretty good. My only issue so far with this one is if it was a small flipper tab but had really dialed detent, then I wouldn't mind. But a really small flipper tab combined with a very hard detent, you really have to dig this thing. It is a very, very tight detent. For that little small flipper. But once you get it out, it's good. This micarta with this kind of I don't know what that pattern would be, but this pattern, this milling pattern, is really good in the hand. The only other thing is this clip really nails me right there. I would definitely, you guys always hear me say I wouldn't call it a hot spot. Because the handle is so slim, that is definitely a hot spot for me. But the grip is good. No choking up unless you get kind of right here and be really careful. Nice pokey stabby blade as well. The Kaiser Splinter. Lots of Kaisers here today, and I haven't had but one Kaiser on the channel before. This is the Kaiser Mini Gemini, a Ray Laconico. Can you see that? Or Ray Laconico design. This has this black and gold fleck carbon fiber, guys, and this is done right. The texture of it is good. It's not super grippy, but it's not real plasticky feeling. Decent clip, no problems with that. It's a great flipper. Whoops, if you get it past the detent, which I didn't that time, it has good action, nice dropper. I mean, again, shake shut, obviously. I always say that wrong and people come after me, so you knew what I meant. Nice contoured scales, which you guys know is a huge plus for me. I did not write down the steel, so let's see if it says 20 CV. Okay, really, really good. I'm digging this guy a lot. Great little knife. I've been carrying it as a fifth pocket. Next, we have the Kooby Vagrant, guys. Now, I know a lot of you have seen this one. I had never. Good chamfered G10. Great grip on this one. You do have a really nice clip. I don't have any issues. You do feel it in the handle, but it's not a hot spot. The jimping is a little harsh, but it's fine. No finger choil to choke up on, so you're back here, but it's a good 4-finger grip. Liner lock, good access to the bar. It's more of a shake shut. Good hole for middle finger flicking. If you didn't see that, now the detent is a little tight. But if I come back here, if I come back and see, now I screwed it up. Twice? What in the world? If you come back toward the back of the hole, it's not a problem. If I get up here a little bit, yeah, see, I still didn't have a problem. But it is a pretty tight detent. Definitely drops with a shake really, really well. So I'm digging that one. And the steel, I think, on this one, if I remember, is D2. Come on, tell me. It's 10. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Let's go next to the Kershaw Launch 9. So I've never experienced one of these, and this is a really cool little guy. Again, it's a 3-finger knife for me to get back here like this, and you do feel that clip a little bit, but not badly. You're going to be using this for really basic EDC tasks and as a 5th pocket knife. Unless you're in California, then this may be all you carry. But it's good. The aluminum feels good in hand. The action is good. I always go back to the same thing, though, guys. Why? It's the same question for me that I ask. Now, an OTF may be a different story, but I've not really had one of those. If you give me good action with a flipper or with something else, I'm just not sure why I need it to be an auto. Is it fun to play with? Sure. So if that's your reason, you just want one to play with or it looks cool for your friends, then that's great. It is CPM 154 on the steel, and it's a cool little knife. I'm not mocking it or knocking it or anything like that, and it's made in the USA, so that's really, really cool. Next, man, this is slow, guys, for me. I'm already at 6.5 minutes. This is the Migueron Centurion II. I purchased this one. It's got this blue mixed resin carbon fiber. I really dig it. Doesn't have that plasticky feel. It's not super grippy, but it's not going anywhere. You got this awesome thumb spoon here to stick your, harpoon kind of place to stick your thumb. There is no choil, which you guys know I love, but this handle is perfect for my hand. Absolutely perfect. I love the way it fits and feels. The action is good. The detent is a little soft, but once you get used to it, it's not a problem. The knife is coming out. It just doesn't feel like you have the kind of resistance you do on some, but it's not a problem. And as you can see, if my thumb wasn't in the way, that thing is just coming home. This is S90V. That's what it is. Had to remember there because there's no markings on the blade. Migueron is doing some good stuff. They just have some really minor tweaks to make, like that detent thing. But, this is just gorgeous. Just look at this knife. And I love the blade. I love the thumb studs. Oh, by the way, I didn't even do it in the video. But it is a master at middle finger flicking with the thumb stud for me. Love it, love it, love it. Oops, until I screw it up. But love it very much. All right, next, Amari Feel, bro. Now, I'm going to be giving this one away soon. Andrew Hobbert sent it. I'm going to do my review, and then I'm going to give it away. It's basically their version of a bug out, guys. You do have this really cool pattern with a dragonfly here. Really typical clip. Axis lock. Good. It's got good action. There's nothing wrong with this. Just like any axis, if you don't hold the bar down, you're going to end up with an issue there. So let's see. What is the steel? Oh, boy. It's not going to tell me, is it, guys? VG10. Okay. So that's a little different. It's VG10. It's black coated. I love the shape of the blade. It's a little heavier than a bug out. So if you like a little more, one of the things I don't dig a lot about a bug out, especially the mini bug out, and by the way, plenty of room for my hand, a little blocky, but nice and chamfered off. So it's not going to hurt you. It just feels a little blocky. But if one of the things you don't like about a bug out is that it's a little light in your hands, which is weird because the reason it's light is a lot of people wanted a good light knife. But for me, it's a little too light, which is weird. But this one's definitely a little heavier. We'll do full specs in the review. Okay, guys, you've heard me say this. I'm shocked at this knife. This is the Kaiser Beg Letter 2, and you just saw that. I handled a Beg Letter a couple years ago at Smoky Mountain Knife Works and hated it. The action was garbage. It was super, super stiff, and I did not want one. And it had I didn't like their G10 and the way it was finished and the way it was hard on the edges. This is amazing. This carbon fiber is unbelievable. You got this great pivot with the brass collar on the one side, but look at that carbon fiber, guys. It is so unique and beautiful. And then this action is nuts. This is great, but watch. I mean, I'm going to try to get my thumb out of the way. Look at that. It's just unbelievable. This is so dialed. I can't get my thumb out of the way quickly enough. Good and centered. Great fit in my hand, and that's why I wanted one to begin with. This guy's staying here. I am giving a few of these away. That Kooby Vagrant will be going and be given away as well. And maybe some others, who knows. But this is a great knife. I mean, I cannot wait to review this, guys. Wonderful. All right, so the Tour Merchant 2. Now, again, if you're looking for a fidget knife, this is not the knife for you. If you're looking for a work knife, a knife that feels great in the hand now with the thinness of it, if you're looking for a knife that will cut, again, I had to strop the edge up a little bit, but it cuts fine now, no problem. This is a good knife. I mean, that great deep pocket, deep carry clip. Really, really like this. And again, is there some tweaks to be made? Again, I haven't adjusted the pivot yet, so you still get that slight little bit of wiggle. I'm going to adjust the pivot before my review, and we'll see. But I've been carrying it. It feels wonderful in the pocket. It disappears. I'm impressed with the changes. Now, for those of you that want it to be super action and super great on the action, you don't want this knife, okay? Because if you can't have a knife that doesn't have snappy, drop shut, whatever, this is not the knife for you. But if you just want a good USA-made knife that will cut and do what you need it to do and look amazing in the process, this is going to be a good one for you, I am pretty sure. Now, I've had a lot of people talk about the price. Again, you have to make that decision. By the way, the steel is, I think, S35. It doesn't tell me on the blade, but I believe it's S35. All right, and then last but definitely not least is a fixed blade. This is the J. Kobach Goliath. We're at 12 minutes. This is definitely not a KnivesFAST video. I am loving this knife. I'm just going to cut to the chase, guys. This thing is a great EDC fixed blade. Now, sits in the pocket really, really well. Does have this clip. I don't really like that the clip is cut into the sheath because it does kind of grab you a little bit going in and out. But I've just been dropping it. I'm actually thinking about taking the clip off. But it's a right out of four-finger knife just. And it feels great. And it cuts amazingly. And now you can say, you know, for those of you that complain that the Quayback and other J. Kobach designs were too big, this one is definitely smaller, more manageable, and a great EDC fixed blade option if I put it in the sheath right. The retention is good. May even try to carry this one as a neck knife. We shall see, but I am loving it. So, guys, what do you think? There are 10 first impressions of 10 really cool knives. Reviews will be coming, but they'll be scattered out, so that's why I wanted to do this. So this will be a really good video to at least get some info out there. Let me know what you guys think of this style of video. Maybe when I have a pile of knives in, I'll do this more often. So let me know. Give me a thumbs up, hopefully, or a thumbs down if you prefer. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. And guys, if you can't tell what channel this is, it's the KnivesFAST channel. Give me a subscription if you would, and a thumbs up and all that. And thank you so much for watching the KnivesFAST channel.